actually in a writer's band.
To your right, that pretty smile. To your right.
Miss Natalie!
Natalie on your right.
On your right!
Natalie on your right.
Emmy, watch out!
Okay, right. Gina.
And Miss Rodriguez.
And right up top.
Gina, one to your right. I want to smile,
Gina, right up top.
And Gina.
I get sighted of course. Yeah. And to the point where my wife has to push me onto the bed. Usually when I put my socks on.
Tessa, right in front.
Right in front of you. Right in front of you.
Tessa, that beautiful smile this way. Tessa. Tessa over the shoulder.
Tessa,
Tessa, down in front. Tessa, over the shoulder.
Right. Jennifer, straight ahead.
And Miss
Jennifer,
over here, it's me. And Miss
to your right, to your right.
Tiba right here, Tiba. Tiba, big smile. Tiba, this way, please. Tiba, right here, straight ahead, Tiba. Tiba, that smile this way, please. Tiba, Oscar, straight ahead, Oscar. Oscar on your right side. Hold it. Oscar. Abby Streisand.
Back to your right. To your right, to your right.
Straight ahead for me, right here. Look. Excellent. And next to him, please. There you go. Thank you. You know that smile. Gina over the shoulder, man. Over that shoulder.
I was so excited to work with Alex Garland, who is a writer and director I've just admired for a very long time. And then he created this piece that was so suspenseful and had such this eerie tone, but also had these 5 women at the center, and that was just so rare to see and to get to be part of. And then he assembled this cast of people that I was just so thrilled to get to be part of. Well, it's just unheard of. You never get the opportunity to work with incredible roles for 5 women. I mean, it's rare to find one, and then to find 5 together and get the opportunity to work alongside my sisters and, you know, spend that time together and watch each other and learn from each other how what they do on screen is just remarkable and rare. I think that everyone really has their own interpretation, and it's one of those rare movies that you can go and everyone has sort of a different opinion and you can talk about it for hours afterwards, and I love that. The time we all spent in the tent together, it was very far where our set was from our trailers, so between takes we would all sit in like the tent together and have fun, just talking and, you know, telling funny stories, and that to me will always be the movie, is like the 5 of us in a tent together, like, you know, just messing around.
Oh, I think that there's like 17 different reasons that I was attracted to this project. So first and foremost, Alex Garland, Ex Machina, was insane. The fact that he wanted to sit down with me, I couldn't handle it. I was like, does he know who I am? Okay, just making sure. He is a genius. He is an opportunity you don't get very often, along with being with 4 incredible, outstanding artists that happen to be strong, empowering women, playing in sci-fi genre. It's a dream. All of it. Bang, 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 bang. You know what's wonderful about the film is that it is 5 dynamic, complex, multi-layered human beings that are going through their own very separate journeys of self-discovery and facing self-destruction and mortality. It's nice to finally be playing a character outside of Jane that is so whole. I really feel like the movie is not an answer, it's more question. It leaves you talking about different themes about self-destruction and mortality and what we're doing to the earth and what we do to ourselves. And so I really hope that people are walking out of the theater saying, I have to talk about this. I don't. What did I see? What did you see? Let's have conversations about like what we reflected on.
It's incredible to get to work with a collection of talented actors, no matter what gender they are, but it is true, and an unfortunate truth that as women we don't often get to be one of many women on set. We're often the one or one of two, and so for that reason it felt like you weren't the girl on set, you weren't otherized because we were all women. So in that way you could just, sigh and enjoy the ride. But I think it's such a phenomenal time. Last year we saw that the 3 top grossing films were with women at the center, but then in 2015 we see that there are no female-led ensembles, or no, one actually, I misspoke, but they were all white women. To see our diverse cast in 2016, there were no all-female-led ensembles. So we really are, luckily a part of something, particularly at a time where we're really talking about the fact that we need to center women into conversation. Not in just the content that we create, but where we're placed in this world, in this global space. So I feel just tremendously proud. And in the course of it, I've gotten to know these 4 incredible actors who happen to be women, artists, mothers, directors. They're just phenomenal people, so I'm so proud to get to call them friends now. Alex is such a, he's an auteur. He's such a singular mind. When I saw his film Ex Machina, I was so blown away, and just really, he was a filmmaker that was at the top of my list of somebody that I wanted to work with. And I feel like he manages, our film is so unlike anything that I've seen, even in the space of science fiction, where it really blends genre. There's a part of it that is, deeply a thriller and exciting, and there's another part of it that's more contemplative and human, where we can ask questions about how we are in relation to each other and what it means to realize that we're not forever, that one day we're going to die, and why do we do things to self-destruct, and all of those deeply human questions, but inside of a space where you get to wonder if someone's going to get eaten by something terrifying. So I think it's a fun ride for an audience. We had this little tent that we would all hang out in, and Gina and I would be doing squats with our backpacks and our guns, and we would be dancing and we'd laugh and we'd speculate if we were all going to start cycling together with our, there were a lot of funny moments. It was really just, inside of a movie that was dark and scary, we had a lot of fun.
I love Sci-Fi, and I loved Ex Machina so much, so I was really excited about working with Alex Garland and also about working with Natalie. So it's the whole combination, and the story is very compelling and kind of beautiful and eerie and terrifying, and it just really grabbed me.
I was really happy when Alex asked me to be a part of the movie, and I read the script, and I just loved the storyline. I loved that he was, usually you see a group of guys going in somewhere and you have one female character, and this time the roles were reversed and I got to be the damsel in distress. And it was fun, but it's really about the story, and I just thought it was a fascinating story. Well, it was my second film with him, so we did Ex Machina together, and we became really good friends. And so, I don't know, for some reason when we work on movies, it feels like we're making a car or something. We're just got tools and we're trying to figure the thing out. It's just a wonderful way to collaborate together. The way that Alex makes his films and the way that he writes, it's not really about one thing to take home with. There's so many layers and there's a real complexity. I just want people to have a really good time. It's just a thrill ride, and it stays with you for a long time. I loved working with Natalie. I think we found a really economic way to show the audience this very tight relationship.
It was great. It was great. No, it was really great. And it's a dream come true, really. We've been a lot of people working on trying to get all female casts or trying to get more female power in the business and so on. So, working on this project, not knowing that the development was going the way it was, coming out today and now, it's just brilliant. It's just great. It's a personal story, it's quite, even though it's wild and action-based and a thriller, fundamental story too. It's really personal and small. It's philosophical and psychological, and so that to me, I think, is what's going to capture, the audience. Alex is a great writer, and he always serves the characters right, you know. So every character is a three-dimensional with a backstory and a, you know. So I think what made the character interesting was just that, you know, that they all came in with personal stories. That was actually also screen time, you know, not just something we make up to motivate, but to tell the story, you know.
Hey, Vale here with an added bonus to this video. Now, just like me, I'm sure you love movies, and I've got some pretty interesting movie budget facts, if I do say so myself. Did you know that the movie Gravity was more expensive than the Indian Mars mission? Yes. Paranormal Activity cost less than $15,000 to make, but crossed over $193 million. The production of Disney's film Tangled was more expensive than Avatar's production. Best Picture Oscar winner Moonlight was made for only $1.5 million. There hasn't been a Best Picture winner with a budget that low since Rocky. Napoleon Dynamite had a budget of only $400,000, and John Heder was paid only $1,000 for his role as Napoleon. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides officially holds the record for the most expensive movie ever made, with a budget of $378.5 million. Okay, so if you want to watch more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you receive the videos the moment they are online. Bye bye!